Join Sean and Brad as they talk about sports and share a beer. From the east coast of Canada to the west coast of the United States. Over to you, boys.
Everybody, what's good with you? Hey, Sean and Brad, Guys Beer Sports. Episode 18, Season 2. Here we are. Sean looking swollen without a shirt on. Sean, how are you?
I'm good, man. You just caught me in the middle.
Yeah.
Taking a little sip here.
I was timing it that way. That's how,
yeah.
That's how I operate. I'm always looking for an in. I realize this now. I mean, we're, I don't know how many episodes we're in. It's got to be 40 or 50. And I always say Sean and Brad, but I'm always myself. So it's weird that I
introduce yourself. You're like a true wrestling fan, talking about yourself in the third person.
Well, I know, but I'm always like, it's Sean and Brad, and I'm always like, but is that weird? Like, should I be?
No.
But if I say it, is it
No.
me? Like,
Not at all.
What's the
No.
Queen's English if you're introducing two people?
Well, it would be this myself and this person, right? Because you're always first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it feels weird.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I was like, oh, I always say Sean first. And
But it's okay.
Maybe
It's,
that's confusing.
no.
Because
Because
I'm
not.
Sean and you're Brad. That'd be weird.
No. I'm ready for the steel chair now, man. I'm ready for the steel chair from you because it's like you're coming out there. It's like it's Brad and
You don't know what
Sean.
we're talking about. Anyway.
Woo!
We're in July. We're entering the dog days of the sports world, ladies and gentlemen. Baseball is our only savior unless you're into tennis or golf, I guess. A couple games left in the NBA Finals as of today, but it feels like only a couple games left because Milwaukee is not sharp. And I would go on a limb and say that Phoenix wins this thing in less than 5 games if they keep playing the way they're playing. It's crazy. The game, I don't know if you watch the games or not, but through the first half, the games are competitive, and then Milwaukee just falls apart at halftime.
I don't know, man. Milwaukee and Phoenix is just not registering for me. You know what I mean? It's like it's a finals.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm not on it as often as I normally would be either.
If it was Lakers in Brooklyn, like I think I'd be all over that because
this is weird.
yeah. And I don't know. Did you see that meme that Dave put out there? I don't know who else put that out, but the meme of Kong and Godzilla, and the finals are supposed to be, and then the finals that we have, and it's Barney and Curious George.
Curious George. Speaking of, here we are. Hey, is it not hot where you live?
Yeah, what's going on here?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
You think the sweat is a little much?
Yeah. It's July, so.
You're right. You're right. Are we recording? Are we live? Are we recording?
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah.
I mean, we can cut you out if you want to cut out it.
No. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Ah.
Yes.
Oh, the Mavs, huh? Yeah.
Is that the PK? Is that the PK Subban shirt?
You're goddamn right. It's about 3 sizes too small these days. So I'm really pulling a Sean now.
Yep.
Oh, Canada.
I feel like
Fuck happened.
What happened? What happened was they ran into a great team. That's what happened.
It seems like they, faced a lot of softies throughout the entire season.
Whoa! Vegas is not a softie. Come on now.
Didn't I say during the regular season?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Brad.
He knew that was already going to be the remark because he just jumped right into it.
No, come on.
Well, Vegas.
I love how the worst team in the North Division smokes the North Division, ekes out a respectable win against Vegas. Right. All they had to do was get through that series, and then anything could happen. And then anything did happen.
Yeah.
Likely,
Listen.
and they gave up that game because they wanted to win it at home.
It's such a power move that they were like, "We'll let you have one." They
just
one game.
They pissed away that game. They were like, "Fuck it."
So you know how many times I heard now in the past, since Tampa's won the cup, how many Habs fans have been talking to me about Nikita Kucherov and what he said after they won the cup, and they kept calling him
classless he is.
Yeah, he's drunk. He's an idiot. I hate him. If he comes to Montreal, he's going to get killed.
Is he Russian?
Please.
He's
Yeah,
Russian,
he's
but what he
Russian.
ended up saying, I don't understand these Montreal fans. I have to look up the exact quote. Now I'm paraphrasing. I don't understand these Montreal fans. They only won one game, and they acted like they won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
And Habs fans just went nuts. They were just like, what? Ah!
Oh, I saw some Montreal politician that said like Carey Price equals class, and then Nikita Kucherov equals class. That was someone in like fucking whatever they have over there, their silly parliament or whatever the fuck. Like it was embarrassing. It's like, dude, you guys don't write. You're not in charge of etiquette in hockey. I know they love to have this attitude that they are, but they're not the ones that decide who does what, when, and how. Like,
If you want the game to grow, I totally agree with you, Reed. You can't be in charge. But the thing is, though, is that Canada, we are the ones that invented it. We have that affinity, you know. And yeah, we're a little crazy.
Hey, you invented
two of the
boxing.
major sports, and you're not any good at either one of them.
Exactly. Yeah, basketball and fucking hockey. You guys are terrible at both.
Whoa,
Unbelievable.
we win our championships. What are you talking about?
When?
Well, Canada wins nonstop. The Team Canada, we win nonstop.
Oh, Team Canada.
Yeah.
International player that no one gives a shit about. Gotcha. All right.
Remember how salted they got when they put the trash can in the team photo?
Oh, yeah. That was a World Juniors this year, right?
Yeah, didn't win it.
Yeah. Tampa. Oh, this is the other thing I heard as well. And I'm just gonna put a kibosh on this because it's the most. I'm wondering what you guys' opinion on this as well, because it ticks me off.
Sean, bring it down a notch.
Well, here's what ticks me off is that you have a whole bunch of
Okay, don't bring it down a notch. I'm saying there's like a volume thing where the gate
I
is.
need you to understand that Sean is wearing a sleeveless Molson Canadian t-shirt.
He's been drunk for 3 weeks.
This is like when your redneck cousin goes to your camping, you know, when it's like day 3.
Oh yeah.
That's what Sean is today. This is down a notch for Sean.
He's Canadian cousin Eddie from the vacation movie.
Yes. He just
He's gonna
pulled out of his RV, still a little light from last night.
Hey, let me
Like
finish.
fire and cigarettes.
Let me finish.
He's like, guys, I'm not drunk. I'm an MDMA.
Yep.
That's why I'm wearing this shirt so I can feel everything. Oh.
He's got $10. He's got a pair of Crocs on right now.
Oh my gosh. All right. So the fan bases I've been hearing is like Tampa Bay won their cup illegally, even though there's a loophole in the NHL where you can go over the cap space, right? Because that's what they did. They went over the cap space by 18 million.
This is what you guys are fucking doing. This is what Canada's doing.
This is what I know. Like they're nuts about this.
Listen,
That you can sign somebody and put him on the IR.
Longer and he's faster than me. It's illegal.
It's 18 million. They found a loophole by having Kucherov sitting off on the IR and then bringing Kucherov into the postseason, right? So they're 18 million over the cap space, and every Habs fan is there going like, "Oh, the cap that beat us." Like they are allowed to break the cap space, and I'm just like, you guys have the exact same rules. If you want to do the exact same thing, you could do it.
You know what? No, they can't because they don't have Nikita Kucherov. They don't have Nikita Kucherov.
Is it like in the NBA? Is it like the NBA with a salary cap, or when you go over, you got to pay the luxury tax?
There's no going over it.
You can't go over.
Yeah.
But they did, right?
Yeah.
So it's a loophole.
No. The loophole is that during the regular season, but in the postseason,
Yeah, postseason.
all bets are off. You already made your money.
Anything goes.
Yeah, but that's a major gamble, though, right? To have a guy be rusty going into the playoffs.
Yes.
No,
Or not be there during the regular season. Like I think 100% Tampa Bay would rather have Cooch, number 86 there, doing his fucking thing all season to secure better footing in the postseason. Yeah, they would have had a much easier run.
Yeah.
If that guy was healthy. So, but whatever, it's we want to get into this bullshit. As a Patriots fan, I'm used to it. Tampa Bay is going to finally start feeling some of the heat because they're winning some fucking titles around here. And,
we didn't talk about this week, but did you guys see any of that golf match with Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady?
I did not.
No.
I thought Duchambeau and
The
Mickelson.
greatest thing one of the greatest. There was a lot of great moments. I'll say that. I don't like either one of those guys particularly, but I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. But Aaron Rodgers loves Jeopardy. And
Yeah.
so they had a quick Jeopardy segment with Phil Mickelson and those guys, and it was well done. They had the Jeopardy host on there, and
Trebek.
One of the final questions. No, yeah, Trebek was on there post-team.
Okay.
The question was, this player orchestrated six, or you said this man orchestrated six Super Bowl titles and is known and authored most prolific offenses and is known as the GOAT at his position. And Phil Mickelson was like, dude, burning, and he's like, who is Tom Brady? Tom's got a big smile on his face, and they're like, incorrect. They're like, looking for Bill Belichick.
God damn it.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
They're not wrong.
No.
Yeah.
Although that's why Tom's in Tampa, right? He's trying to break that whole stigma
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he's already won.
at 54 years old.
Yeah, already won. I got one more, right? It's just
Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying that until he fucking retires, right? He could literally go as old as he wants to. We saw Mayweather get up there in age, Bernard Hopkins.
Hey,
Tom's
anybody?
not going to play football against Logan Paul. I mean, that's not going to.
Yeah. Did anybody
Yeah.
hear Mayweather? Yeah, I guess he was on tape. Somebody was recording him. Not on tape. That's
Did he say the N-word?
No. He was talking about how he's the greatest con artist because he said how that fight with Logan Paul was pretty much rigged. There was no rules that was able for anybody to win that fight. So for it to come out,
That's pretty much what he said in the press conference.
yeah,
When they were like, Floyd, does this tarnish your legacy? He's like, I made $20 million doing nothing. I don't train. I'm not a fight. I'm retired. Like, stop talking about this, Sean.
I made $20 million having my bodyguard push around a YouTube kid.
Yeah, it was stupid.
man.
That hat was probably a $17,000 hat. That
Yeah,
he snatched off his head.
Yeah.
That's probably the only egregious thing he had to deal with during this entire thing, because it wasn't any of the punches he threw.
That's funny. That's how much hats can cost these days. I always lose track of that. I don't have any.
Floyd Mayweather's so dumb. I'd sell him a fucking $17,000 hat. Pretty.
I don't disagree that that's the cost.
If I could get close enough to him, I could talk him into a $17,000. I'd be like, bro. And he'd be like, oh shit. I'm like, you want to be money?
Dude, for an extra $7,000, I got this sweatband that matches it.
all right, Reed.
And an extra $5, you can touch it.
Reed, honest question here now. Don't lie.
And you could watch me touch it.
Yeah, don't lie to
Sorry,
me.
Sean.
Don't lie to me. Is your belly hanging out underneath your shirt?
No, it's encapsulated.
Oh, it's awesome! Look at you.
Not 3 sizes too small. Sean can't do that right now.
It's really tight. That guy in a little half shirt. That guy in a little half shirt. Sean, what's happening? No, I just feel yoked. That's what's going on. I'm just fat as shit, and I just feel yoked. It's amazing.
Oh,
And now I know why Sean does this. It's pretty fucking cool.
The confidence builder.
Dude, Nicole's lucky she's not here.
yeah. I should have wore that when I was trying to like as a bench press shirt, man. I mean, I wore that one time. You took the picture,
Yeah.
and then you took it quickly right off me. I was like,
Hey, you were stretching it. So
Look
I got something else here, Sean.
3 years, 3 years later, he's doing you a favor. See?
Yeah, I'm very Canadian today. I got some Shenley's OFC 8-year Canadian whiskey
8 year.
from 1964.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that's more than 8 year now.
Well, that's when it's bottled. 1964.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I've buddy gave this to me. He bought it at an estate sale, so I was like, I know the appropriate time to drink this.
Yeah.
To open this up. I'm sure it's gonna be sweet as shit, just like everything else in Canada.
Oh yeah, we're like the country that.
I bet that a Maple Leaf fan bought it and they were going to pop it open the next time they won a title.
Well, then they would have opened it already, Brad, because they won one in '67. Mm.
Well, I'm nervous the amount of shit floating around in this, but
The thing is that we're a country that loves and celebrates diabetes. Look at our,
yeah,
look at our
everything's
yeah.
sugar.
Yeah. Well, and again, with the little brother stuff, like America did it first, and you guys like hold my beer and watch this.
God. You guys are trying to keep up with the crown over there in England with all the bad teeth. So you're like, quick, let's eat a bunch of sugary shit. Because we're starting to get like drink fresh water over here.
Yeah.
Our teeth look okay.
But now I'm looking at America taking on Canadian values like all dressed chips, and they're going, hey, number one seller in Canada, ketchup chips here. We're celebrating it, going, we have the big maple leafs on it, going, hey, ketchup chips. Can't get it in the States.
Barbecue for the 4th of July, they had all dressed chips, and I grabbed them mistakenly thinking they're barbecue chips. Like, these chips are stale. What the hell's wrong with these chips?
Yeah, I don't know who's celebrating all dressed chips down here.
Oh, you guys are all over it. Don't even.
I
Yeah.
don't think we. I don't think
Yeah,
we
you
are.
guys are all over it. All dressed all day. Hey, UFC 264. Is this on anybody's radar?
I mean, it's on my radar, but
I'm watching it.
How egregious.
I think
Is
that
it-
it's interesting that the undercards seem to be more intriguing than the main card.
You know what ticks me off, though? Sean O'Malley is on the main card,
Oh,
and
God.
Carlos Condit is the main event in the prelims.
I
Sean
don't
O'Malley
understand.
dropped down to the prelims.
What's the difference between the main card and then the headliner of the prelim? What's the
I
difference?
don't think there is. Honestly,
I guess not, but it's
I
just
think
a-
that's. I think Condit's there to kind of juice that up. My issue is that Sean O'Malley's even on this fucking card. And who he's fighting, this Chris Matinho kid. It's like dude from my area here, right? But this is his first fight in the UFC.
right.
And so they're trying to make Sean O'Malley a contender here in some regard. The most impressive thing he's done is he beat up Eddie Wineland in a way that no one's ever done that. But Eddie Wineland, by the way, is 90. So it's like, what are we doing? Like he had an actual contender fight, like some of that I could look at and be like, all right, that's a respectable guy on your fucking resume. Finally, gets hurt, and they bring in this guy who's never been in the UFC before. It's pathetic, and he's still on the main card. It's the same thing with Greg Hardy. I'm just
I
getting.
was gonna say the biggest egregious thing for me is Greg Hardy being on that card. I just don't think that he's just not. They're wanting to make him out of the thing. But man, you guys, he called out Sean Merriman. He called out Sean Merriman this week, and Sean Merriman was like, "Just keep my name out of your mouth."
Who called him out?
Greg Hardy.
Really?
His press conference, he's like, "I'm gonna get it all. Like, there's no former players that want it. Sean Merriman, you'd get it from me." And Sean Merriman's like, "Listen, man, I don't do that." He's like, "But if you wanted, like," he goes, "I don't do what you do, but if you want to get it on, like, we can figure it out. I'll stop. I'll shut you off."
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though.
Sean
Greg Hardy.
Merriman's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
So good luck with that.
Listen, Greg Hardy did some egregious things that are terrifying, and Sean Merriman is still a level above that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Ty Tuvisa, who he's fighting.
Vasa.
Yeah. That guy.
Come on, he's from your island. You should know how to pronounce that.
He's got some hands of stone there, man.
John
And some sweet B cups.
Warrior over the weekend.
What was that, Brad? I didn't even hear that.
John sent him some unsolicited advice over the weekend about how to be a beaching warrior.
Yeah, he's like, all right, boys, take your underpants off and just put a towel on. Boys, that's all there is to it.
Towel, though. Gotta be hand.
Hand towel.
Make sure it's a clean one.
You don't want to leave too much to the imagination, boys. All I'm saying. Made that mistake before, boys.
You can cover the front or the back, but not both.
I like to have the sides wide open so I can kick real high.
Hey,
Get up to someone else's hip.
how come we're not talking about Gilbert Burns and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson?
You didn't let us get to it. We haven't talked about anything for longer than 10 seconds.
Sorry.
You're always doing these like crazy swing around camera cuts all over the goddamn place with the topics. I can't keep up. All right, so we were on Sean O'Malley. I don't think he even deserves to be there. I think it's crazy that they're. I hope this Chris Matinho kid comes out and friggin' cold cocks him so I can stop hearing Sean O'Malley's friggin' name and seeing that terrible, awful haircut he keeps rolling out there all the time.
Is this because him and you have similar hairstyles and so you just feel threatened, or?
I do not have a similar hairstyle.
Well-
This is au naturel. I do nothing. This is nothing.
You don't think his is that way normally? Then he just churches it.
Yellow and blue.
I'm
It
just
might
saying,
be.
his is like yours normally, and then he gets ready for the fight. And if I remember,
No, you can see his. It's all down.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
I haven't paid that close of attention.
He's got very fine hair. I got very coarse hair. It's a different thing.
I stand corrected and I stand down. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a little different. It's an honest mistake. He clearly works very hard to look like this, and he's not doing a fucking great job of it. And then it just leads to him making bad decisions with hair coloring options. And again, when I fought, I don't know if anyone's seen the pictures. I used to color my hair every fight.
Well, that's where I was going.
Pink,
to shut it
green.
down, so,
Yeah.
You know, it was
Yeah,
a
he's
whole
just
thing.
copying. He's just biting you right now. That's what he's doing. He's biting Reed Homer Styles.
The kids. They all need someone to look up to, and I'm not knocking his choice of
Sean
mentors.
O'Malley is watching Reed Homer fight tape in the locker room before he walks out. So.
Yeah.
Well, he would fight some different competition if that was the case. He would. I honestly don't know how Sean O'Malley finds this acceptable. If he has any self-respect, like his record is just littered with fluff. I'm not calling them tomato cans, but they're fluff.
Yeah.
He's obviously a talented kid, right? But when is he going to fight somebody? When is he going to fight a goddamn name? And does anyone have an answer for me here? Because I'm just dumbfounded. This Sage Northcutt shit does not work. We know that it does not fucking work, and we're going to see it tonight with Greg Hardy versus Tai Tuivasa. See, Sean, that's how you segue. Right? That's how you segue there. Tie it all together. We're going to see it tonight with Greg Hardy versus Tai Tuivasa. Where Tai Tuivasa is a seasoned vet. Right, early in his career, he's had a lot of fights in the octagon. Considering how long he's been in the octagon, not very long. Right, he's faced stiff competition. He's going to go out there. He's going to knock Greg Hardy's head off.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
I'm putting my foot down on this one. Montreal being in the Stanley Cup Finals, it was an anomaly. It was an aberration. We fixed the rift here in the Matrix. Everything's right.
Here's my question, though. Now you brought up Montreal.
I need this UFC to go the way it's supposed to go tonight.
All right, you brought up Montreal, so it makes me wonder who is going to come out of this Atlantic Division next season.
You're
Because
jumping back over to hockey.
I am, because I'm wondering that because the Atlantic Division is stacked.
In the way too early prediction for next year, Sean weighs in.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw the early predictions, and I know this is what Sean's alluding to because there was a plus 1,200 for Toronto winning the Stanley Cup.
Oh,
So I know that's why he's excited to talk about this.
Toronto at plus division and make the playoffs. I'll also take them at plus 100 to be on the first round.
Yeah, I don't think Toronto even might make it to the first round because again, the division's brutal. And Montreal's got big old balls right now.
Yeah. If it goes back to the way it was, like the teams in the Atlantic have played better competition this year and probably leveled up a notch where Toronto didn't get that opportunity.
Listen, we already know the North Division. The only reason why Tampa was so successful against Montreal is because they know
Montreal's
Montreal.
terrible.
They know Montreal. They know
Montreal's
Montreal. They know Montreal.
They haven't played Montreal in a year, Sean.
Ooh, they've been playing them for like how many years beforehand, though?
They went a whole year without playing them. That's the whole footing of my argument against this season. That silly division.
I'm not buying what you're selling.
Listen,
Not
when we go back
buying
and
it.
Watch this tape. I don't know what we're going to be at around the 23-minute mark. Sean just did the Bill Cosby pudding pop face when you said that. Like that. It was very creepy.
Oh, put it up, Jello. Oh, I don't know.
I think he was trying to eye roll or do like an Undertaker move, and it just came out with Bill Cosby.
All right, so Brad, bigger travesty. Montreal even making it to the Stanley Cup Finals, or Bill Cosby getting let out of jail. Your thoughts, Brad? Brad, thoughts?
Yeah, it's Bill. Well, by the letter of the law, and that's the unfortunate part. Montreal made it, so.
Bill Cosby, by letter of the law, Bill Cosby shouldn't have even been in jail.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So, travesty.
So I think honestly the bigger travesty was Montreal as well. So sorry, Sean.
Yeah. Hey,
You were full bore on Montreal too. No, you brought up Montreal again. You want to talk about it? You're gonna have to pay.
we know full bore.
I know
Listen.
I know you threw on your Molson.
Trying to slide in this Molson
hoodie.
Canadians t-shirt like he didn't buy some fan gear.
Yeah.
As he's walking around, he's like,
This is great.
Look, yeah, Canadian.
I was watching the Hitman biography on A&E, and I felt very Canadian today. It was like,
This today, you fucking.
well, yesterday I was, yeah. Then I just want to walk around and just like do the Hitman thing. But then I realized that the Hitman was kind of lame You know, because Shawn Michaels would come out and
Shawn.
Shawn, you think I'm cute? You know I'm sexy. I got the moves that drive the girls wild. You know, it's like, yeah, that was cool.
Hey, Sean, what is 911 in Canada?
911.
No, okay.
Why?
No, I want the viewers at home to understand how they can file a proper report for what we just witnessed here.
Or call for medical attention if you're having a stroke.
Sean, are you okay?
I didn't want to spill beer all over my microphone.
I feel like if you can hold the spit out long enough to go run away and spit somewhere else, you probably just could have swallowed it. This,
Yeah. Man up.
As a grown up, that's the seems to be the rule.
Just you turn around and use your Muslim prayer rug, for fuck's sakes. You know, the thing's designed to soak up spit takes.
You just feel Canadian today. It's okay to spit some beer on that flag. It's fine.
You do realize, like, when I move down to the U.S., the Canadian flag's coming with me, right?
If you're not on a list already, you'll fucking show up in Ohio with that fucking thing.
Yeah, it's presumptuous to think you're going to be moving down to the United States.
I hope the NSA and the CIA are paying close attention here. Sean, actually, you're moving to Ohio, right? So, apropos, I walked in last night. Nicole was watching on Hulu, The Queen of Meth. Did anyone see that one yet?
No.
Tom Arnold's sister was like the biggest, most notorious fucking meth dealer in the history of the United States of America. And she was between Sandusky, Ohio, and Otumwee, Iowa, just wrecking shop. With
Wow.
If you get the chance, watch it. It's hilarious.
Going trailer parks one life at a time.
Oh yeah. It was brutal. But like I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, man, Sean can be the Sultan of meth, right? Or the Sheik of meth.
If that's who Tom Arnold's sister was, it makes them understand how he could grab onto Roseanne Barr like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just see where he's from, like Sandusky. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Roseanne's a Sandusky fucking 11, right?
Look how many.
She's an LA one, but
In Ohio, how many stars have come out of Ohio when you think about it? So you got The Miz, you got
That's
Tom
really,
Arnold,
wow.
you got
how
Drew
is Drew
Carey?
How is Drew Carey not first?
you got
How is Drew Carey not first in that fucking list? How'd you go with the Miz first?
And then Tom Arnold.
Yeah, and then Tom Arnold, who's famous for being Roseanne's husband, and apparently being his sister being the Queen of Meth. Oh Jesus!
Oh, this is a great
Tom
episode.
Arnold's not even the most successful person in his family.
Yeah.
No, that was my big takeaway from that documentary. I was like, holy Tom Arnold really sucks. He really sucks. I thought he was doing great compared to everyone back home. And then his sister was a bajillionaire.
Oh my gosh.
You guys seen the Cocaine Cowboys show?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
love Cooking Cowboys.
Yeah.
Was the pilot's name Barry Seals?
Yep.
That was great.
Let's finish off this UFC card because the one fight we didn't talk about is the main event.
The main event. Yeah.
Trilogy, allegedly the end of the end.
Yeah, I think I'm really glad. After the fight ended, I'm sitting there. I'm like, back in January. I mean, them running it back. I was like, do I want to see this again immediately?
No.
And after 6 months, and here we are. It's just a few hours away from the fucking card kicking off here. I'm glad that they just took the time and they're just going to bury this thing already for Poirier's sake, right?
Well, I think it's
good for
sad.
him.
I think
then he
it's
can
sad.
go back to winning titles.
Yeah. Well, that's the sad part is that he was talking about how much he would have made if he fought for the title. And it said it was like a third of what he's going to make on this fight. And
That's not, no, hold on a second. That's like everyone saying the middle class in America is going away and like it's a bad thing. Middle class is going away because a lot of people are getting into the upper class.
Huh.
Like he's still going to make a fuck ton of money in a title fight for what the sport is, right? For what a draw would be. It's still a fuck ton of money. He still gets a lot of security. It's just McGregor is the biggest draw in combat sports history.
For how much longer though do you think?
If he loses this fight, I honestly keep saying it's like I looked over his record.
When was his last win? Was 3 years ago?
Donald Cerrone,
yeah, that's a couple of years, isn't it?
couple of years.
2 or 3, yeah.
And then before that, it was Eddie Alvarez 4 years prior or something like
He
that.
hasn't had
That was for a
quality
title.
5 years.
No, he didn't fight Cerrone for a title.
No,
Cerrone-
Eddie Alvarez.
Oh,
right?
Eddie Alvarez. Yeah,
Yeah.
he took the 155-pound
Yeah.
strap and then disappeared.
Yeah.
And they inexplicably kept him champion for fucking 2 years.
That's not
and
true
then-
though, because he did beat after he lost to him, he beat him Nick Diaz.
Nate Diaz.
Nate
first of
Diaz.
all.
Yeah.
Second of all, that was before the Eddie Alvarez fight. That was the second one. The Nate Diaz 2 was before the Eddie Alvarez fight.
Got it. Okay.
Eddie Alvarez was
He is might be
2016.
my favorite fighter, pound for pound. To be honest with you,
Who's that?
Nate Diaz.
Oh yeah.
He's entertaining, man.
If his-
quality of wins or like any of those things, I'm talking about just straight personality wise.
Yeah.
It's him and Cerrone for me are the top two that I.
Nate, the problem is like the only problem I have with Nate Diaz is like I grew up idolizing his older brother for so much longer, and Nate Diaz is different enough, but he's still got this like Nick Diaz light kind of thing going on. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
Diet Pepsi.
Yeah,
You know,
he's
like-
the little brother of the badass, right? That's the thing. He's just got a different edge to him.
Yeah, a guy that was like, I know the rules. I'm going to smoke weed. If you tell me I can't smoke weed, I just won't fucking fight. He didn't pull the Sha'Carri Richardson shit and was like, oh, my mom died. Oh, he's like, fuck you, I'm gonna smoke weed.
I'm
Hate smoke weed
making
every day.
money anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I'll just do whatever the hell I have to do and I'll hustle and I'm gonna run triathlons. You guys can eat a dick. That's a bad motherfucker. Didn't blame anybody.
It's funny that you brought up that Olympic athlete there.
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yeah, Sha'Carri Richardson. Because to
Some
me,
goddamn respect her name running with those.
to
nails.
me, Ross Rebegliati back in like 96 at the Winter Olympics.
Who the
tested
fuck is
positive.
Ross Bigliotti?
He won the gold medal for snowboarding way back then, and then
Is he
he was
Canadian?
stripped. Yes,
Is that what
and
this
then he
is
was stripped. Yeah, he was stripped. He was stripped of his medal because of marijuana.
I remember that. It was like, oh, snowboarder smoked weed. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And all I'm saying is that it's not a performance enhancing drug.
Was he sitting there? He was like, I thought this was the X Games, man. The Olympics, bro. Wow.
But how the U.S. treated this lady after the fact, though, like
Listen,
she would have
the U-
served
the
her
US
sentence.
the
She would have
US
served her
didn't do
sentence
anything
and be
to
able. Yes, they kept her off the
They-
team altogether.
Sean,
She could have run the relay. She could have run the 4x100
Sean.
relay.
Just because you're loud and saying more things doesn't make it right. There's other athletes on that team that it would have looked really fucking bad if she broke that rule, knowing what the fucking rule was. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm not co-op. I think it's a bullshit rule. But you knew what the fucking rule was. You're on a team. You're representing your fucking country. Cut the bullshit. They had other athletes there that are just as good, right? She's in a weird thing right now, but they're like, oh, she's breaking all these records. She's still not the fastest woman ever, though. Like, still not the fastest woman ever.
Yeah, she's talented.
Yeah.
Fucking Marianne Jones there is still
Yeah.
whatever the hell her name is. She's still the fastest woman ever.
Hey,
But she's crazy talented. She has the opportunity to do
that's
something.
great that you just brought her up because she's in a whole entire scandal.
She chose, yeah, but this is the thing. You made
But
a
not in the
decision.
moment. Not
You
in
made
the
a
I'm
decision.
Americans. Listen, all Americans are in a scandal.
Oh, fuck, here we go. But listen, it was the IOC. IOC has this bullshit rule. It's not Team USA. IOC has this bullshit rule. Team USA has to look at the situation and say, hey, this is a month of this bitch not competing.
Yeah.
I got all these other athletes here that are putting up and doing their fucking thing, right? And you want to say this is about race? That whole team's black, right? So it's like, don't give me any of this bullshit. Like,
It's
What
not
the
race.
fuck?
No, come on, it's not race.
Oh,
Ben
that-
Johnson was
Oh,
stripped
they
of
make-
the
Ben
story-
Johnson was stripped. Ben Johnson was stripped of his gold medal because of
I'm
steroids.
not gonna
Carl Lewis ended up not getting stripped of his gold medal because he just knew how to work the system. Somebody dropped the dime on Ben Johnson. Every single one of these guys are juicing. And you're going to tell me that marijuana, that's the one? That's the one. We're just going to like, no,
Oh,
that's it.
It's a dumb rule. I'll argue that it is performance enhancing. Here's why.
It aids in
Here's why.
recovery.
It aids in recovery, and you're not taking those pills. Those pills are terrible for your system and for your recovery. That's a known fact.
Yeah, if you're banging ibuprofen and shit like that, it's terrible for everything.
Terrible,
It's just-
right? But it's still the rule, and she broke the rule in the moment. That's just what it is. Should the rule change? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think they should all be able to do that instead of taking opioids.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why we love you, Brad. That's why we love you.
But this is not performance enhancing in the same way that steroids is. Like we have to take that argument and parse it apart. You can't say those are two separate things.
Yeah, I don't like the general cloth that this all exists under, where it's a performance enhancing. Cocaine in certain doses in certain times can be performance enhancing, right?
Yeah.
Like in certain ways, can be.
Sidebar: did you see this week that it's the 5th anniversary of the bear who found that $15 million in cocaine and snorted it all, and then had that contact? The caption said this. The caption, or one of the comments said, for 5 minutes that bear was the most dominant predator.
Could you imagine that bear? It's just like Sean after a margarita. It's the same fucking animal.
Yep.
I'm gonna go eat from the trash.
Bear shaving his chest, just sitting naked on the back porch. Anyway,
Feel the energy leaving my fingers.
Listen,
Yes, this
Charlie Sheen has tiger blood and Sean has bear blood. But all those, like, I agree, those things are all terrible. That they're not all performance enhancing in the same way, and some are more harmful than others, and that's just.
I think we have enough data to now know that all the arguments against marijuana was it makes you lazy and ridiculous. What Sha'Carri Richardson proved is that once again is a stupid fucking argument against marijuana, that it makes you lazy.
Yeah.
Sha'Carri Richardson is probably a lot of shit. Lazy is not one of them. She's loud, she's vibrant, she's in your fucking
go
face.
Back to Ricky Williams,
she's fast
right?
as fuck. Ricky Williams.
yeah. That's why he came up with the CFL, because there was no drug testing, so he could smoke all the Chiba.
Until he got so deep in that, and for failing so many tests, he had to have all those tests. He's like, "Oh, I can't do it. I can't perform without, because I'm not taking those pills."
Yeah, and you know what Ricky Williams did? That's the most important thing, and I hope Sha'Carri Richardson looks at this way. This is the thing that bothers me about Sha'Carri Richardson ultimately, right? Is you knew what the rule was. You know you like smoking weed. You know like the benefits of it. You know it's wrong, a stupid rule. You don't say anything about it until you get fucking jammed up in it. Then you want to be fucking Mr. Weed legislation. You don't like all these athletes should be coming out protesting the Olympics and saying, "Hey, drop this stupid fucking rule." That's what the NBA did. They got together and they said, "There's no product if we're not around. We use this in the CBA." The NFL needs to get right and do the same damn thing. The problem the NFL is too many white guys from fucking Montana.
Well,
right?
yeah, that's the thing with the CBA. The next time that the NFL rectifies that CBA, it's going to have that clause in it.
100%.
Foregone conclusion already.
Yeah, there's guys losing out on money right now, and we're losing out
why
on talent.
it's that way, right? Is like you said, all the white guys that are in charge are understanding the lawsuits they're going to have for pushing all these pills across the board to get these guys to perform.
Yeah,
those lawsuits are real money, right? We're starting to see the first settlements coming in, and those guys are terrified.
Yeah, but there's also the loss of revenue thing, because like again, every year I'm seeing older people that I never in a million years around my neighborhood that would have been like now they're on their porch with their doobie. They're like, oh, it's legal now. Oh, everyone's just like, why is this illegal? It's fucking stupid. Right. So any organization like the NFL that's like punishing athletes, punishing fan bases, there's so many seasons I could have watched Josh's high ass out there just fucking, sniping out fucking touchdowns. And we had to miss out on that because of a fucking, and he had to act like he had a fucking meth addiction. It's crazy.
That's the worst about it. This
guy had to apologize.
Yeah. That's the worst about it.
I love Josh Gordon. But he's been treated like that's who he is, right? He's treated like he's one of Tom Arnold's sister's biggest clients.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't have those. Those aren't his problems, right? Like,
it truly is. It truly is a travesty when you think about it, because you're being treated like a meth head, or you know what I mean? Like it's just
it should not be.
Did your shirt match your beer? Are you pouring Molson Canadian into a cup and then?
Yeah.
Want to make sure.
I would never do it because Molson Canadian is owned by an American company now.
Brad, I would look into this. I would look into this because you guys might have gotten a new sponsor here, and he might be holding out on you. That's some real money. I would look into that, Brad. Check the numbers.
Thank you. John's got Molson. I've got Flyers. I think I win.
In the flavor department, 100%. But Sean's in there like, I sure do enjoy this fresh, cold Molson
lager. I need a Flyers sweatshirt, so I cut the sleeves off.
Man, did you guys ever see that ESPN Monday Night Football commercial with the guy thinking about his dream job? And it's like, yeah, sure. Right now you have to waiter and it's him waiting tables, and he's like kind of daydreaming about being Bill Belichick, and he's pouring water in this guy's lap. And then he's like, and then Monday night rolls around, and you get to pretend you're your favorite coach who has your dream job, Bill Belichick, and it's him with the headset on, everything like that. He's got the sleeves off. He's like, I cut the sleeves off because it looks awesome. Get your head back in the game. And it really made me wonder if Bill Belichick's ever had to justify the sleeves. Like, at what point in his career does he just get to do whatever the fuck he wants? Unquestioned.
I think after Super Bowl number 4.
But again, before that dude, homie, was cutting sleeves off his shit.
No, he wasn't. He was in Cleveland. He wasn't doing that. Cleveland, he wasn't doing that.
Dude, Cleveland was way, way, way before Super Bowl number 4.
Yeah.
Can we just stop and agree that Sean goes in the Wayback Machine every time he has to make a point?
I know.
He was in the what back machine?
He was 21 when this was bottled. He was 21 when this was bottled. He was able to buy this bottle when it was bottled in 1964.
Are you saying that I take you guys back in a time machine when I want to make a point? Is that what you're saying?
Why did you have to fly back to
Go
Cleveland?
back to 96. You're like, Belichick wasn't cutting his sleeves off in 96. Oh, yeah. Did he have 3 Super Bowl rings in 96? No.
Yeah, I'm saying like, was it 2004 when he could finally just like start doing whatever the fuck he wanted
Probably.
without any recourse?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's hilarious. Hey,
It's like Pete Carroll with that goddamn gum. Has anyone talked to him about that?
Well, Pete
The
Carroll.
way that guy chews gums, it's upsetting.
Who's the juicy fruit guy? You know what it reminds me of with Pete Carroll when I see Pete Carroll chewing gum? Jacques Demers, the old coach of the Montreal Canadiens. He would chew gum like a cow, man.
When was he the coach?
93.
That was prepubescent for 2/3 of this call. Prepubescent for 2/3 of this call. God.
We're getting to the end. I want to talk about NFL before we get out of here. What do you guys think? Early, like we're not far away.
Oh, wait. Who's everyone's picks for tonight for Poirier and
Oh yeah, it's Poirier.
Gregor?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Poirier.
conclusion.
Poirier knockout. Brad?
Knockout.
Poirier knockout second round. Brad.
Knockout in 3. As soon as I saw McGregor yesterday say he was going to kill him and bury him underneath the mat, and I was like, "Oh, you're out of it mentally, Connor. You're already gone."
When he had that, he had that post where he said he's the highest paid athlete of all time, and I was just like, "What?
Wait a second.
talking about?
Wait a
ramping
second.
up all of his marketing stuff all week. It was just ads. Like he's not in the game. That's
the problem with a guy like McGregor. Marvin Hagler said it's hard to get out of bed when in silk sheets. It's like
fair.
whatever. All right, on to the NFL.
Training camp's not far off, right?
Wait a second. Reed, we didn't get your pick.
I doubled up when Brad said.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm done.
You're done. You're done. We're done.
John's
Both.
having a hard time paying attention to 2 people talking. Back in '93, you had a party line, and you could just only talk one at a time. So,
That's right.
Party line was a big deal.
This is too much for my brain to handle.
screens, there's voices coming from everywhere. He's not quite sure what's going on. He's got a weird sensation in his shoulders with his hair. So,
Smelling burnt almonds.
yeah.
Get the children's Tylenol, Sean.
All right. Sorry.
That's fine. Sean's had this shirt on for 3 days. It probably smells like
All right, so what do we got for NFL news here?
I just want to,
What's the hot stove doing?
well, it's that difficult time where there's nothing going on, so everyone's freaked out. Frank Clark's getting arrested with an Uzi in his lap in LA. Looking at a felony gun charge there. I think this is the worst time to be a coach and a GM because you don't have control of your guys and they're all blowing off some steam before the season starts, and then you're going to have some knuckleheadedness. You're going to have it.
So
Go ahead.
Clark had that happen in LA.
Yeah, he was
How fucking expensive is an Uzi in LA right now?
$50.
That you think it's that you think the illegal gun trade is that good to where you could just get one?
I don't know.
An Uzi? I feel like Uzi's just like Like
Yeah.
everyone wants the Uzi, so there's
Yeah.
probably high demand. So it's got to be. I think that what I'm saying is that's probably some ball of shit.
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was gold plated and was coming in a Louis Vuitton bag.
Gold plated.
The Louis Vuitton bag part is true, but I don't know about that's what I read. It was like
If it's in a Louis Vuitton bag, it better be gold plated. You don't want to fuck up that interior.
So first off, the Uzi submachine gun is built by the Israelis, so we already know it's going to be more than $50.
Oh, all right, Sean, Jesus, come on.
What?
Always with the
In a fair
anti-Semitism.
market, listen, in a fair market where serial numbers matter, you are correct, sir.
Jesus. Yeah, we're talking about the illegal gun trade here.
Oh, the illegal gun trade. I mean, that's
It's always
Well.
all right.
$50
We get
in a
it.
pack.
Palestine's a free state. We get it, Sean. You get the prayer rug back there. Good Lord.
You don't even have a gun trade where you live. Stop talking about
I'm talking about the good quality of work that the Israelis do. They invented one of the greatest martial arts ever.
I'm talking
When-
about guns
when-
with bodies on them, Sean.
When Canada does a buyback, they just get like squirt guns and little like toy guns and stuff like that.
Yep.
Hey, what would I get for this here? It's a pretty nice piece, isn't it?
This little red rifle that I'll shoot my eye out with, my mommy said.
It's a little red rocket. Whatever the
So-
fuck you call that thing.
All right. So I'm calling right now. Buffalo Bills, AFC East,
Sean,
two-time
that
champs.
wasn't that wasn't the
Two-time
question.
champs.
That's
Two-time
two-time champs of what?
AFC East.
Oh, fuck me. That's where we're at with the AFC. Is we're going to talk about who's the champ of the AFC East.
When we're starting to call division championships.
Gives a fuck about division championships. You know, I can't even tell you how many the Pats have.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Stop
how
it.
many-
Stop
You can barely keep. Like honestly, I couldn't tell
I
you.
have
how
no
many fucking
Super Bowls.
Seahawks have. I couldn't tell you
I
how
don't
anyone.
think that New England even hangs their division championship banners up because they don't have a room.
There's fucking room for that shit. You know, it's like you'd be hard pressed to ask Brad that about the fucking Seahawks.
It's a low banner of AFC championships and then another banner of it's like being in LA at the Lakers. Like there's no conference champions or division.
That would be so fucking petty of them if they started.
Hey, the Blue Jays, we have them. We have our divisional championships.
Well, everyone has to have something to hang up, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
Browns have one for wins in a season.
It's like, hey, you guys were there.
Browns are going to win the AFC North, hands down.
All right.
Hands
Is
down.
that what they're doing? Is this a new segment that I'm unaware of? It's Sean drunkenly spouts out fucking nonsense about the eight teams that he's
Welcome to
obsessed with.
July on Guy Beer Sports, where Sean makes wild claims about the NFL. Drunk and sleepless.
The Habs were supposed to be hoisting a cup the other day, and according to Sean,
You notice the group chat went real quiet.
yeah. Poor my time, man. Like he just.
Hey, I was on a roll there, though. I was on a roll after the Habs beat the Leafs.
You've got some rolls. All right. So, what did you guys think about the cornerback from the Navy team? He was pretty pissed off when they didn't defer his commission. Did you guys read about this?
Yep.
Cameron Kinley, very talented cornerback.
Yeah. They weren't going to. Now they are. I think it's the right move, right? I think, he'll still be able to be in service in 3 years. They can put him in. I mean, that's what his career is going to be.
Yeah.
Statistically, right? It's going to be, 3 to 4.
I was just kind of annoyed and blown away by the response of social media, which I shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have been surprised by a bunch of guys who couldn't never on their best day touch that guy on his worst day, having something to say about the whole situation. But there's this whole thing where it's like, oh, he fulfill his obligation. It's like, dude, I was in boot camp with 38-year-olds, right? Like he can do his
He's
shit.
going to fulfill his obligation. It's been deferred. Like, it's
Yeah,
not a big deal.
It's a deferral. Thank
You
you.
can get out of it, right? It's not, a former president dodging the draft and going to Canada for a little bit. Like, it's not that, right? It's,
Hey, he's about to be our president again, 2020, Trump 2024, everybody.
I thought you were going to say that next month. I thought you were buying that band.
Oh, no, I'm not that crazy.
I mean, you know what?
I do think
I'll
Trump's
tell you
coming
what.
back.
I'm flying back. I'm flying back from my dad's funeral, right? And we're flying back. We're in Montreal, and these two good old boys from Georgia come onto the plane, flying to Halifax. And no, delightful.
That's where they should be flying. Fucking
Delightful gentlemen, right? So I don't know what they're coming to Halifax for, but one of them had the Trump 2024 hat on, right? And he's looking at the plane like he's looking because he knows he's going into Halifax, going into Canada. He's there going, they don't like Trump here, you know.
Halifax loves Trump. What are you talking about?
You haven't been paying attention to the news, have you?
Halifax is the Georgia.
He wasn't worried. He was looking for the first person he was going to punch in the mouth.
Yeah.
Punch him out?
In the mouth.
Punch in the mouth.
And they say out. I think that's a bit far. I didn't see the gentleman. I don't know if you could punch anybody out, but you get the in the mouth.
Oh no, he couldn't punch anybody out.
I'm pretty sure any guy from Georgia can beat up anyone from Halifax.
Oh my gosh! Wow!
I'm pretty sure that.
I know that you just said that to be a mouthpiece, but wow!
No, I'm pretty sure that dude beats up Halifax's top 5.
Oh my god!
Drunk. Like he
probably has to be drunk, to be fair, but
you know that Halifax is a fighting province, man. I mean, we produce some great boxers, all
those great.
Georgia's the best fighting state. It'll even itself out.
Yeah, Georgia doesn't even have to worry. They don't worry about getting paid. They're just fighting.
Sean, what's your stick going to be about Americans versus Canadians when you live in America? How's that going to really go? Because we all know you're going to go full-blooded American, right?
Oh yeah, he's going to switch so hard.
You can see the border that you're moving across.
Molson's an American-owned brewery.
It is.
He's already halfway there.
Sure, going to Ohio. Like,
as long as I can keep the perception
with you, but it's going to be in your attic. Like we all understand.
As long as I can keep the perception that I'm Canadian.
Oh, okay.
It's not working well.
Still sympathetic to American causes.
Sympathetic, okay.
Yeah.
Because you've been sucking our nuts for the past couple of years. I don't see you rooting for any Canadian football teams. It's weird.
Whoa! Argonauts every year.
So, never seen you say a word one about Argonauts, but
that's because it's the CFL.
Fan gear by any stretch of the imagination.
And we missed a whole year.
I heard about you wanting to buy a Hamilton Tire Cats jersey one time, but that's because an American was playing for them. So.
Montreal Alouettes, and that's because Johnny Manziel was playing.
Whatever. Same team, Sean. Same team.
But I will say this. We didn't even bring this up. That merger is dead, eh? Between
Georgia man smokes Halifax. That's all that segment.
Whatever. Anyways,
that's the cliff notes, everybody.
CFL, XFL. That's on life support right now.
Neither one of them are going to play in 2021. It doesn't really matter.
No, CFL's playing.
So the headline from the 7th was XFL playing 2023 return after talks of partnership with CFL table. So who gives a shit? It's 2 leagues I don't give a shit about. I like competition. I like having the idea of multiple leagues, stuff like that. But with the NFL,
if they would play like a May, June, July schedule, I'd watch it.
Yeah, if it was right now, if I could watch XFL football,
sign me up.
Well, CFL is what? August, like July, August, September, October, November's your playoffs.
Sean, we're kind of talking about the XFL.
I know.
We watch the first 4 games and then we leave.
Yeah, I know. And then you get text from Reed. You get text from Reed that all of a sudden saying, "Oh, the CFL is such garbage football." And I'm telling him about all the great superstars
we have produced. Garbage football.
We produce superstars.
And then
Reed all of a sudden Reed all of a sudden says another one going, Jay-Z used to sell Coke. Nobody reminds him of that. I'm like, wow.
Who was the last great CFL football player to transition over the years?
Cameron Wake.
What year was that? I'll agree with you. It's Cameron Wake.
Yeah. And that's, I forget now the year though, but yeah, Cameron Wake.
13.
Yeah. So.
Not even a skill position.
8 years ago. Pass rushers are a dime a dozen. But we digress.
All right. I guess we're coming to the close of this here. Do we have a one-on-one question before we get into this, or what?
Yeah, I got a question, Sean. What the fuck?
What?
What do you mean? How dare you?
What do you mean?
It's the season finale here, and this is the culmination of I don't know how many episodes have been on. So WTF? That's my quote. This whole thing you got going on here.
How many
Whiskey
episodes
Tango
have you been
Foxtrot.
on? You're our most important guest, Reed. If you haven't figured that out right now, I think you've been on like 6 times, maybe
No.
7.
I think it's more than that.
Sounds
Oh,
like
really?
a lot more than I actually been on, but Brad, I appreciate your commitment and
Yeah.
your faith in me.
Yeah.
Blank out the shows without you. I blank out. So it feels like
I love having you on, by the way, Reed.
Sean, are you having hot flashes? What are you
I got the
doing?
vapors. I don't understand what's going on here, man.
Oh, that answers my one-on-one question, everybody. Sean has the vapors. All right. Back to you, Brad. This is like when Robin Williams met that sign language gorilla. You know what I mean? Like, what was it in Coco? It's like Robin Williams, like, oh, she understands these things, and it's just like, and like, oh, she's saying how much she loves Patch Adams. It's like, no, she didn't. That gorilla didn't say that shit.
She said it with her eyes, Reed. She said it with
Yeah,
her eyes.
apparently. That's how I understand Sean. He's saying one thing. He's like, booga booga, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think the Bills are winning it this year, bud.
They are.
Sorry.
Brad, you have a one-on-one question? Oh my
No.
gosh.
I was gonna say this. I guess this is the one on. Or how shocked are you gonna be on a scale of 1 to 10 when Mitchell Trubisky is the starting quarterback of the Buffalo Bills back in 3 weeks?
That's never happening. I'd be shocked like 10. Full on 10 if that were to happen, but that's
I don't
never
think
happening.
you shouldn't be that shocked.
Oh, I'd be shocked full
How
on
shocked
10.
will you be, Reed? Same question, Reed. How shocked will you be?
One.
Thank you.
Like one. I wouldn't it wouldn't move the needle for me at all.
Wouldn't even be a headline in the States.
Again, you got to remember, I saw Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady situation fold out, so I wouldn't be surprised at all. Look
So
how that
my
worked out.
one-on-one question.
Mitch Trubisky could be the Tom Brady of the Buffalo Bills.
Oh my gosh. All right. My one-on-one question to you guys. 25 years ago, one of the greatest turns ever happened.
John, I wasn't alive 25 years ago.
25 years ago, one of the greatest turns ever happened.
I was
And
7.
one of the greatest factions came into existence. Can you
Check the
name
NWO.
what was the greatest turn?
What?
The greatest turn.
What is a turn? What do you
When
mean?
you go baby face to heel.
Oh, that was Hulk Hogan.
There we
We went to Hollywood
go.
Hulk Hogan.
Did you guys hear the rumor that
Are you gonna rip
Sting?
it out now? Are
Did you
gonna
guys hear the rumor that Sting was supposed to be the original one?
No.
Sean, why would I hear that rumor? Where would I hear that? I'm not hanging around at these bus stops with wrestling fans.
Well, you're down in South here, maybe in Charlestown, with all the real gangsters. I'm sure they have, the inside scoop on the wrestling thing.
Yeah, they're like, hey, get this. Do you know who went baby to heel 25 years ago? I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, Hollywood Hulk Hogan in the NWO. I was like, oh shit, I'll keep that in my back pocket. I might need it. And you fuck me. Here we are. All these years
Well,
later.
What happened was in the back, Sting was supposed to be the guy.
Yeah. But
Toenail. And so
Hey.
the whole ran out. Sting couldn't walk when the music came on.
listen, Sting had the runs, right? He had a bad chicken shawarma in Toronto the night before.
Too many Molson Canadians on top of it.
He must have had 4, maybe 5 Molson Canadians on that flight. It was a terrible decision. And now you got Hollywood Hulk Hogan. He had to
Sting's
go
no
for
Andre the
Baby
Giant, I'll tell you that. He's no Andre the Giant. He couldn't handle it.
He was a good shit. He wouldn't drink all the wine. It was a good time. So thanks, Sean, for that one-on-one. Was that it?
Anyway.
That was my one-on-one question. Yeah.
You couldn't even finish the question, and me, who knows nothing about professional wrestling, was able to just spitball 2 answers to you immediately.
Well, no, you didn't even know what babyface a turn was. I mean,
Yeah, and he still got the answer correctly. That's how
he did. Yeah.
So we'll sit down and write some more questions out for next season. Everybody, Reed, thanks for being here. Sean, it's always a pleasure doing this with you guys. Hey, we'll be back in a couple of weeks when football starts. So we appreciate you guys hanging out. We'll be back on Monday Night Lives. We put on some content. We're not going away. Just the weekly stuff's going to take a bit of a hiatus. So as seasons go, here we are. Stay good, be kind, or just be good at it. See ya.
Peace.
Adios.
You've listened to the podcast, but now it's time to visit us in our virtual sports bar. Get all of our info at guysbeersports.com, where you can find all the ways to connect with us. Watch for live conversations with Brad and Sean that happen throughout the week, and join in with your favorite local beer. You can share your thoughts in the conversation comments with your own uploaded videos, or even join us as a guest live commentator. The GBS Virtual Sports Bar is open for business. Come on in, boys and girls.